Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to another quick chat and welcome back to another conversation, honey. And we about to get into Monique Samuels and Chris Samuels. Okay, I came to y'all not too long ago to let you all know that they have decided to divorce. Okay, at least Monique filed for a divorce, from my understanding, back in April of this year. But we did not learn about it until what I feel like late June, early July. That's when we learned about the divorce. Okay, Monique didn't really give any additional details. We don't know much about what's going on with the court case because I believe she's trying to have the files sealed. Okay, she said, y'all have made a mockery of me enough, and you will not make a mockery of this divorce much longer. Okay, so let's go ahead and seal as many records as we can, from my understanding. Okay, a lot of people are not surprised by this news. You know, we've seen how the couple has been on Love and Marriage DC, Real Housewives of Potomac and stuff, and yeah, I wasn't really that much surprised, you know, especially a few weeks ago, prior to probably like a month or so ago, prior to her coming out, letting us know that she's divorcing him, or she didn't let us know, but shout out to people because they did. I saw all that weight Chris had lost, and I couldn't find Monique nowhere on his page. So it really led me to believe, like, dang, girl, are they like not together? And she ain't really posting him. Like, are they getting a divorce for real? For real? Like, what's really going on? Next thing you know, we're learning that they are indeed getting a divorce. Girl, they said Chris unfollowed her and turned around and unfollowed her company. I forgot. I believe it's Mila Eve or something like that. Essential oils. I hope I said that correctly. But listen, people told us that he had unfollowed her and her company. And then like a few days or a week later, Monique comes to us on social media, making it seem like she's at this retreat and she's getting her zen, right? Whatever she's doing, she's relaxing. She's away from all the BS, okay? Comes back to us to show that they're celebrating her daughter's birthday together, her and Chris, to let everybody know, for y'all that's thinking that this is going to be a horrible divorce. It's not. All right, we're co-parenting very well so far. Everything is going good. We're here celebrating for our daughter. Well, Monique also, I guess they were hanging out as a family. She ended up seeing this sign at the museum that said, "Pick me." And she zoomed in on that sign and said Chris's comments right now. But my thing is this. One, what you over there on his page for, girl, when he done turned around and unfollowed you? Have you unfollowed him? But you all over there sneaking on his page trying to see what's going on. And then two, it shouldn't matter if pick me, pick you, pick her, pick two is over there on his page. You don't want him no more. You divorcing him. So why you too pressed about it, girl? You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't even be worried about it too much. All right. So I'm like, girl, you just never know. Chris might divorce you and in 2 years might turn around and get married to a whole nother woman. You don't know, or start dating. I just hope you're going to be okay with that. But either way, that's what it is. Monique had said when she, you know, was over there on that man page. And I said, girl, why you worried about the pick me since on his page? Like, girl, let them do what they're going to do, because they're going to do that anyway. They probably was over there trying to do it when y'all was married. So, girl, you know, it is what it is. But anywho, Monique has finally like broken her silence, and she's come to the front to like share her thoughts or whatever, you know, kind of speak on some things. And this is a bit of a lengthy video, so we are going to go ahead and get into it. So I'm gonna put it on the screen. So let's just check out what it is that Monique has to say.
Chris and I are going through a divorce. I was not planning on sharing this information until it was finalized. So I actually filed back in April 14th. We had a mediator like throughout this whole process. Okay. And when we felt like we got to a point where it was like, okay, we pretty much on the same page with moving forward with things, I did go to the courthouse and file. So a lot of information that was like put out there, it was put out there, number one, while I was on vacation. I was on a meditation retreat in Costa Rica. Y'all want to know what I'm drinking? I'm drinking Dr. Nettles turmeric ginger tea. It's amazing. So good. I drink it every morning. So yeah, so you listen every morning. Oh, thank you. I loved on radio, like literally my dream job. So yeah, so I was in Costa Rica minding my own black business, and I was on a meditation retreat. So, you know, whether you're the person who seeks a divorce or the person that was asked for the divorce by the other person, either way, the process is very stressful. It's like going through a death, you know, in so many ways. I wasn't aware of myself, you know. I was completely unaware of myself. Even watching last year when we were on Love and Marriage DC, I mean, I was going through it. Like, I was yelling, I was upset. That was me crying out. That was me, like, really fighting. Like, I was like on my last leg fighting for my marriage, and really hoping that we could see where each other was, and try to get on the same page. But when I look back on it, even with the editing trickery, at the end of the day, my response was still my response, you know, and I take accountability for that. And I wouldn't want to be with a person like that. That is just like, yeah. But I also realized that my approach became that because I was so desperate, like, to be heard. I was so desperate, like, come on, we got to make this work. But then you get to a point where you realize that begins to tear you down, yourself and the other person. And then you're trying to pick up the pieces and build it back. And it just becomes this roller coaster, you know, and it becomes more and more difficult. So I did not want to get to that point where now there's so much friction and tension that now we can't even parent our kids. And so many times you see couples take to social media, bash each other. And it's like, how does this help the kids that you're raising? It's awful. And I'm never going to be that person. Like, at the end of the day, the reasons that led Chris and I to be where we are our reasons. That's our business. It's what stays in our house, and our children are the ones that are exposed to those things. They know. They take witness to everything that happens here, you know? And we're trying to do things that will turn it around. And sometimes that doesn't always mean doing it together, you know? I said, how did you know to walk away? I was in therapy, and my counselor asked me, she said, I don't want you to answer this now. She said, but what is it that you want? If you can have the ideal marriage, if you can have everything that it is that you want from a partner, she said, what is it that you want? And she told me to write those things down. So I wrote those things down. Then she said, okay, if he is unable to do those things for you, and he is the same as he is right now, and he never changes, are you able to live life with him for the rest of your life? And she said, I want you to think about it. And the next time we meet, we'll talk about it. But she's like, I don't want you to answer right now. And I took 2 weeks writing down all of the pros, all of the cons, and really, really, really thinking about it. And I just got to the point where I was like, I was in a place where I was so miserable. And it wasn't just like all on him. It was also just with myself, like dealing with my own issues and trauma, understanding myself and why I respond and react the ways I do, going through my childhood. I'm talking about, y'all, I've done some work. I've been doing some work, and it wasn't easy. It is not easy to look at the things about yourself that you don't like and that you don't love and say, you know what, I'm going to love me anyway. I'm going to love the bad parts of me. I'm going to love the good parts, which is easier. I'm drinking.
I did not mean to do that. I think she's here. Hold on.
Each other. And it's like, how does this help the kids that you're raising? It's awful. And I'm never going to be that person. Like, at the end of the day, the reasons that led Chris and I to be where we are our reasons. That's our business. It's what stays in our house, and our children are the ones that are exposed to those things. They know. They take witness to. And I took 2 weeks writing down all of the pros, all of the cons, and really, really, really thinking about it. And I just got to the point where I was like, I was in a place where I was so miserable. And it wasn't just like all on him. It was also just with myself, like dealing with my own issues and trauma, understanding myself and why I respond and react the ways I do, going through my childhood. I'm talking about, y'all, I've done some work. I've been doing some work, and it wasn't easy. It is not easy to look at the things about yourself that you don't like and that you don't love and say, you know what, I'm going to love me anyway. I'm going to love the bad parts of me. I'm going to love the good parts, which is easier, you know. But even the things that I don't like about myself, I have to really embrace that and love that. Like, oh my God, it has been quite a ride. But I was determined to really do the work and grow. And the more I grew and the more I started to realize myself and I started to create boundaries for myself, that's when I knew I am no longer the person that I was that walked down an aisle 11 years ago. And you get to a point where you just accept the fact that this is the fact, like this is where it is, you know? And that's what led me to the point where I was just like, you know what? I feel like this will be best, because if we keep going down this road and we're bickering at each other and we're not able to communicate, sometimes not even talking to each other, then how is that going to affect our children? And that's when I started thinking, because I was thinking like most people, it's like, okay, we're going to stay together for the kids. But that never works, because staying together for the kids means that you're giving them a terrible example of what a relationship should be like, you know? So yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but listening to this, for me, I feel like Monique is making a lot of sense as far as how she came to the conclusion and her decision to go ahead and part ways from this man. You know, some people do things, staying in it, hanging in there, but y'all only causing more issues for yourselves, and you don't know how that's affecting your children and stuff. So it's like, if you're going to be happier and the kids going to be happier apart, then maybe y'all might just need to be apart. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like she's making a lot of sense with this. I don't know. I feel like this is about the most authentic I've seen Monique, for real. As she's opening up about this story, because whenever she's talked about her marriage, honestly, for the most part, not all, but the most part, I felt like she often tried to paint such a pretty picture. But for me, when she got on Love and Marriage DC, that's when we really kind of started to see just a few things, even though they still tried to maintain that united front or whatever. I can appreciate the things that she's saying in this video.
Yeah. So that was that. No, people are like, oh, make it work. But if y'all could understand the amount of growth that has happened since we stopped trying to focus on the marriage, the amount of growth, y'all see Chris? Like, it's like something clicks and it's like you just go into this almost like survival mode. Like, okay, that may not be working out, but I have so much life to live and I have to do better for myself. To work, make you realize this. No, I started this process when I was on Housewives of Potomac. If people who actually go back and watch Real Housewives of Potomac, like the same complaints that I had have been the same for years, you know? But I also had to look at myself, because it's easy to look outward and say, well, you should do this, this, and this, and you should fix this, this, and this. But when I started doing the work on myself as well and being accountable for myself, that's when everything really starts to make sense, you know? We'll so quickly just judge other people based on superficial stuff, you know, like, oh, y'all got this big house, and oh, y'all got a bunch of money, and oh, you got nice cars, and oh, you travel. I mean, those things are wonderful, but if you're not happy with yourself, what's the point? Like, what's the purpose? You know, we can go on a beautiful trip and be arguing most of the time. Y'all see the highlights of the trip. Like, who posts on social media all of the arguments? Like, nobody does that. So a lot of it can tend to get superficial, you know? But at the end of the day, you do feel like, you know, this is my marriage, this is my family, I'm doing what's best for them, I'm keeping our business to ourselves. So you tend to think that you're doing what's right. But at the end of the day, sometimes it can really be tearing you down. And then you don't really feel like you're living your truth, you know? So yeah. So, I mean, that's just where we are. All right, y'all want to know about my living arrangements? Yeah, we're still living together right now. So I'll go ahead and tell y'all, I bought a house back in March. I'm remodeling it right now. It's a beautiful home. I love it. It's 5 bedrooms. It's really nice. On a little over an acre of land, and it's beautiful. I'm really excited about it. I call it my haven. So
not Monique done went and bought a damn house, girl. My question is, was it Chris's money? I feel like Monique probably been stacking her own coins. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when she been getting from Housewives and stuff like that, girl. So when she got the hell up out of this situation, this whole marriage or whatever, girl, she didn't need really none of his money in case he tried to flip and trip, you know? But I ain't mad at it. I'm just surprised that she didn't go and get one of the 4 homes that Chris has. But maybe she didn't want to be there due to the memories, and she wants to be able to like really move forward without all of that. But I don't know if y'all have 4 homes. I was just like, damn, why she ain't just, you know, hop and skip and move it to one of them. But what's also interesting is her saying that they are still living together at this time, even though she filed for a divorce. But what's interesting is just last year when all of the tea dropping, even y'all said, like, I believe Monique confirmed that she was living in a whole nother house while he was living in one house. So now y'all getting a divorce and y'all living together. Did y'all sell the other houses or what happened? Because now that y'all really getting a divorce and y'all not separated, then I just feel like you really could have just stayed at the other house till your house get finished. But I feel like y'all pick-me's that got down in that man comments is what made Monique come back to the house. Okay. Hello, even though she is finna divorce him, but the divorce ain't finalized yet, so they still married. So it's the girl came back to the house, honey. Y'all ain't finna be pick me and picking me all up in the house, and y'all not gonna do all of that over there with Miss Monique, girl. Y'all not gonna be that much of a pick me and be over there picking at her clothes and like that. Monique said, let me get back up in this house, okay? Just in case they want to come pick some shit, they're gonna pick up a nub for sure, okay?
Yeah, so I'm just waiting to finish the remodel. I want to make sure that the children, you know, they have their own rooms. Yeah, y'all are asking like questions like what exactly was it? What exactly was the problem? I'm not going to go deep into that. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We are where we are regardless, with y'all knowing that information or not knowing that information. But this is what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to say things that will paint a negative image of him, nor will he say things that's going to paint a negative image of me, because at the end of the day, what good is that going to do? Me trying to defend my actions and justify why I am where I am really does nothing for us to just put that out on social media. Like, it really does nothing for us, and it does nothing for our co-parenting relationship. So I know the reasons why, he knows the reasons why, we are where we are, and that's pretty much it.
Listen, I'm not even mad at this, y'all. I know y'all probably chewing her up in the comments, but I'm not even mad at her when she explains that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when she says whatever I may say about him that could be negative, it could likely affect our co-parenting relationship. You know what I'm saying? Girl, listen, Martell, are you listening? Are you listening? Melody, are you listening? Are you guys listening? The things that you guys may do online could possibly affect the co-parenting relationship. And also, Martell, the things that you do offline has affected your mother co-parenting relationship, honey. That's true as tea. But anyway, let's keep going.
We have been married 11 years. So March 3rd this past year made 11 years. And yeah, so yeah. Oh, so someone asked, a really good question. Someone asked, do you think reality TV played a role in the demise of your marriage? And honestly, actually it's crazy, Chris and I were talking about this. When we started doing reality TV, we were not in a great place. Like, that was back in 2016, and I was ready to leave. I was ready to dip out. Like, I was very upset, and wow. It was for different reasons. Like, back then, it was just like we weren't dating anymore. Like, the connection felt like it was gone. It was like all about the kids. I had just had Milani, and then once we started doing reality TV, in so many ways, and I've said this before in an interview with Bryce Sanders with ET Entertainment Tonight, in so many ways, doing RHOP actually gave our marriage new life, because it really got us out the house. It gave us something else to focus on. We were having fun again. You know, when we were filming and doing couples things, we were like hanging out and dating, and you know, it kind of gave us new life. So honestly, it added more years on to our marriage. But then when you have deep-rooted issues, they tend to resurface, you know, so they never really go away just because you have more things to do or you get busier. And that's pretty much what happened. We got busy, and all the activity overshadowed some of the major issues that we were dealing with, because we really didn't have time to address it. So yeah, I wouldn't say that reality TV was a factor in why we are where we are. I wouldn't agree with that at all. Actually, it gave us years. So yeah. So yeah, do you feel as though Chris' family will judge you? His family was just here this past weekend, and there was no judgment. It's all love. Everybody is processing things how they.
All right. So y'all just pretty much heard that everything is all good in the neighborhood when it comes to Chris, Monique, the family, and all of that. I also think when she talked about the Potomac situation and how she was almost on the brink of getting the hell out of that marriage, I think the fact that she was dealing with so much adversity or whatever with the other ladies, just so much, you know, going on, it caused them to become even closer because of that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's true. But you know, it doesn't, you know, hide the fact that there definitely was a facade being put up, okay? Bragging about all the different things that he got. Yeah, he definitely got it. And she was definitely sitting over there unhappy as fuck, you know? But I'm glad that she found her happiness and moving forward so that they both can be in a space of happiness. Okay, so good luck to them. You guys go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about everything that Monique just discussed and how you feel about the whole situation with her not wanting to share a lot and how that could possibly affect her co-parenting and their situation that, you know, they have going on and probably make their divorce even more difficult. So go ahead, let me know if you believe her, if you don't believe her, how you feeling about everything. But that's all that I have. Okay, I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, so follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.